people that waited in line just to share this experience of Venom, Candyman, Night of the Living Dead, The Rock, Final Destination. But I want you to know you are now entering the
Cinema
Chop Shop with a top and a pop. Boom, boom, bop.
The Cinema Chop Shop.
What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop, so park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. And today we're here to review a movie by the name of Stream. Now, if you have not heard about this movie, it is produced by or directed by Michael Levy, but it's also starring David Howard Thornton, Dee Wallace, Felissa Rose, Danielle Harris, and the list goes on. Ray from Sister Sisters in this movie. Forget Tony Todd is in this movie. And of course, the one person that everybody did not see coming, man, do I even want to say it? Do I even want to give it away? The OG Pennywise himself, Tim Curry. None other than Tim freaking Curry is in this damn movie. So, quick synopsis, it's a family getaway. You know, the family's trying to have that good one-on-one time, and they end up checking into this hotel. What they don't know is the hotel is being run by a freaking crazy maniac that's running a game, a streaming game service online, where basically the killers are getting points for killing the guests in the most creative and gruesome ways that you could think of. Now, Damien Leone is responsible for doing the FX in this movie, and I'm going to say, chef's kiss. Great job, Damien. But let's go ahead and get into what I think about this film. Now, this film scratches above the 2-hour time limit, and I feel like it's a little bit too much. But I will say that this movie is jam-packed with practical effects, with the blood and the gore and the kills. There's some amazing kills in this movie. It was freaking David Howard Thornton, Art the Clown himself, is in this movie. Can't forget about him. He has an amazing scene. To me, one of the most iconic kills or torture scenes that I've seen in the movie in a while. It's a really cool scene involving a game that we all grew up on and we loved to use when it was time to kill time in classrooms or whatever the case may be. But anyway, that to me was a really fun, creative kill. I thought that was really cool. There's a bunch of other kills in the movie that are really good. The special effects are amazing. I mean, that's really the coup de grace, and that's really the draw to this movie. The storyline itself is very basic, simplistic, formulaic, very typical. And to me, it doesn't feel like an 80s movie like how Terrifier 1 did. This movie feels more like a kind of like those early 2000 movies from Lionsgate that, you know, they used to get the little theater runs or whatever. You know, that's just what it gave me. That's the vibes that it gave me. But it's still quite enjoyable and even comedic at times. And the comedy doesn't feel like forced. Like it's funny, but it doesn't really take you away from what the movie is trying to do. It's a serious movie, but at the same time, it just has funny elements in it. You just can't help but to laugh. David Howard Thornton just has a way of doing that with people. And another thing that I will say that I wasn't a fan of, the father in the movie, I think that most of the acting in the movie is actually done pretty well. You have a lot of seasoned veteran actors, and they all do a fantastic job. You have a couple of newcomers, and I think they did a good job as well too. The young boy in the movie, he's the kid from the cereal box from Terrifier. I thought that was really cool. I was like, ain't that the little kid? And it was him. So shout outs to him. That was really cool. But the one thing about this movie, though, that I felt that was hard to really like kind of tone in with was the dad. The dad in this movie just, I don't know, his just acting wasn't speaking to me. Like I didn't click with him. Like I just didn't like his acting at all. He it didn't feel like that bad 80s cheesy acting. I don't know, it's just something about it. Like I just didn't like his acting. But shout outs to him, man, because still acting is a very complicated job, and it's not that simple. So I mean, hats off to him for doing it. But I think he probably could have died off early, and we could have seen another character take his place because his daughter actually has some skin in the game, like no pun intended. She was a very interesting character that I kind of wanted to see more about, and she had kind of like this cool little badass nature about her. And I would have thought it would have been real cool for her dad to die off early, and she kind of goes into like this revenge type plot, and we didn't get to see that with her, and I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get to see that with her. Honestly, we didn't even really get to see her much in the movie at all. So I kind of was sad that her character felt wasted, and she just had this badass like Lauren Lavera energy about her that I was really hoping to kind of see get unleashed on this movie, and it kind of didn't happen, and I was really disappointed with that. This movie also has really good bones, and what I mean by that is that although this movie to me wasn't like the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, it has the potential to grow into something really big. This could kind of be like a horror version of the Expandables, really, because I mean you have a huge ensemble of horror characters. I mean, you got Tim Curry to come out of retirement to be in your film, you know, and you have David Howard Thornton, who's considered a modern horror icon, and you got these people to come do this film for you, and it's I mean, it's a blessing, you know. I think that was really cool to actually have that happen. But just the idea that this universe is bigger than what we've seen in this movie, the potential for that, I think that's a little bit more enticing, especially with a more the person who is kind of considered leading at the end of the movie. The two leads that we see at the end of the movie, I think, are far more interesting leads than the one that we were given. Don't get me wrong, the Reanimator's dope. I found him humorous and funny, but at the same time, I would love to have leads from the other two people that were teased at the end of the movie, the ones that were being the, you know, the headmasters or whatever. So overall, I think that the movie's fairly entertaining. There's some great kills in the movie. I think all of the killer characters are really interesting, and they do a really good job at what they do, which is killing. You know, especially the buff dude. That buff dude was crazy. But anyway, Michael Levy did a really good job with this movie, and I don't know the budget of it, but watching the behind the scenes at the end of the movie, when you see the credits roll, you really see how much they did with so little, and I think that's really, really cool to see these people with these micro budgets just going out there and doing what they love to do. And I can't do nothing but support that, and I would just hope that you guys out there will support that too. So I would recommend that you guys go ahead to the theaters and watch Stream if you guys are horror fans. If you guys are fans of Tony Todd, if you guys are fans of Dee Wallace, if you guys are fans of Tim Curry, if you're fans of David Howard Thornton, if you're fans of Damian Leone, if you're fans of my man from the Reanimator, Herbert West, if you're a fan of Ray from Sister, he's in this movie as well. He has a pretty damn big role in it. You know, the list goes on. I think Officer Doofy is in this damn movie as well too. It's just a freaking Bill Moseley's in this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a freaking ensemble of really great actors in this movie. And honestly, you would kind of do yourself an injustice if you don't go see it. Especially because to me, the practical effects were dope. There's no cutaway scenes from it. When you see it happen, it happens. Felissa Rose is in this fucking movie. You know, like to me, it's just like when it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? They don't tease you. They don't just like, oh, you know, maybe we'll show a kill. Nah, they show that damn kill. So I would recommend that you guys go watch Stream. Have fun with it. It is a long watch. It might drag it bits, but to me, the payoff is worth it. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, head to the movies, check and see it. You are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys are having a great day. And adios, homies. And see you next time. And don't forget, enter the stream.
I want to play a game. Subscribe now. The choice is yours. You're now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop.